Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital and welcome to this new video in which we will not talk about VIT here. We will talk about Hedera, all right? Wanted to do a bit of a, well, emergency update. I do not want to call it because I do not want to call this an emergency, but ultimately something pretty crucial is happening with Hedera. Whereas the last time I made a video on this on Wednesday, Thursday, we were actually close to getting that bullish breakout right here above 20 cents. We never got that. All right. So what we talked about in that video is that, if we're able to actually break above 20 cents and Bitcoin can remain relatively strong, which Bitcoin remained relatively strong, but Hbar never got that breakout. And you can also see the volume drop down a bit after Wednesday. And then the volume yesterday started increasing again, but obviously this volume was not great. This volume was mainly because of the sell-off we saw in US equities, which negatively, pretty directly influenced the price of Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin influences all altcoins, especially if the Bitcoin dominance is relatively high, which was the case. So what happened is that the markets turned down and that, most coins right now are quite weak. But for Hedera, and why I wanted to specifically make a video here on Hedera is the fact that we are losing a very significant support level. And that's this support level around 18 cents. All right, so you can see that, first of all, historically, or at least the last month, since the 25th of February, but we spiked down there once the 3rd of February as well, that level was the main support. All right, so the value area high is a little bit higher here. And in general, the area where most of the volume was traded is also more towards 19 and a half cents. But now with the bearish pressure and also weakness for Hedera, we have to be honest about that. We've pushed down below that level, and you can see this is the 12-hour time frame. 12-hour time frame has not broken down below that level yet. But the 12-hour time frame closes in 3 hours. I don't know if in the weekend we can gather enough strength to actually reclaim that level, because that is what we need. All right, and on the 4-hour time frame, we've already broke down below that. But ultimately, this is not good news. All right, because not only is it a local support level here that has held up the price for over a month, but no, we're also not seeing a lot of volume come into the price. There was a lot of volume coming into selling Hedera, but what you want to see if we can actually, if we can actually hold a level as volume coming in, we did not have that. So that means that buyers are not really interested in holding this level. And then outside of that, what I forgot to mention is that, purely technically, this is also just a very important level. It's not only a local support, it's also the 0.618 fib of the entire move up right here. And you can see in general, it's a major liquidity zone. So I think we still have a chance to actually get that reclaim. The most important level, as you can see right here, is between, and I'm going to be very precise, but it's between 18.2 and 17.9. I still think we have a chance to get that reclaim, all right? So that we actually do get some volume, we reclaim it, and we're back into that value range. It is a possibility, all right, especially since this breakdown occurred over the course of the weekend. But because of the strength and the prominence, or at least the importance of the level we've broken down below, in combination with the lack of momentum from Hedera in general, and my expectations for the opening of next week, which fundamentally will be very uncertain because of all the tariffs and all the external pressures, I'm going to have to say that I think it's most likely this is a real breakdown, all right, and that we might retest the level here, but that we will drop down to our next support level, ultimately at 15.5. I don't think it will happen this quickly. I think it will be a gradual downtrend, and I think we will be able to hold support at other levels. But unfortunately, given the circumstances, I'd have to say that that direction and a continuation of the downtrend, which has already been set into motion on the higher time frames, is unfortunately most likely. I will keep you updated on this though. Like I said, I still have good hope for the reclaim, but we need some action then. And right now that action is not here. So I'll keep you updated, but that's it for now. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.